Hello everyone, Shalraven here with 100% complete walkthrough guide of Little Kitty Big City. This game is developed and published by Double Ducker Studios and released on Nintendo Switch, Windows, Xbox One, Xbox X and Xbox S series. The game's name is Little Kitty Big City, but the game's map and the city is not that big actually. It's simply a block of a city with some added verticality to it. But it is really jam-packed with things to do and things to find. And almost everything you do in this game is tied with an achievement, whether it is cumulative or just a one stance. We are playing as this cat, of course, and now that we have fallen from our house, the sole purpose of this journey is to get back to our home and of course get all the achievements as we progress. So starting with the achievements, we are going to get two right away. The first one is to meow 10 times, make cat sounds of course. And of course to meow, if you are playing on controller, just press the Y button 10 times, or if you are on PC, just press the F button. For your first achievement to meow 10 times. And right after that, we are going to open the second achievement. That is achieved by using an emote. And to open the emotion options, you have to hold down the Y button on controller and the F button on the PC. And simply select any one of the two currently available emote. Alright, now that we are done with those achievements, let's carry on forward, but not into the water because we are a cat and cats don't like water. On to your right through the open door, inside the house, into the kitchen area. And yeah, there's actually two achievements for breaking and destroying 10 objects and then 100 objects. So you want to push anything that is breakable from the ledges or from the walls by pressing the LT or RT buttons, that is right trigger and left trigger of course on the controller, and Q or E on the PC. Basically your aim are these pots or anything that is breakable. Keep in mind they have to actually break for it to count for the achievements. Carry on and talk to the crow here. And there's also an achievement for talking to all the animals. By all the animals, I mean there are only 15 animals that actually counts for the achievement. And of course, this to-do list is your quests. There are total 24 quests to complete in this game, and obviously there's another achievement to complete all 24 quests. Now here we have to become an artist. Simply push down these paint buckets, then walk onto the paints to wet your feet from the paint. And then continue walking on the canvas to leave the footprints until this quest is complete. If you need to refresh the paint, just walk on the drop paint again. And there you go, the quest is complete. There is no achievement here. Now go on to this flower pot and move it aside to open a little hole for the cat to crawl out. And now that we are on the other side of this wall, you will find this soccer ball or the football, however you wanna call it. But you have to make a goal on that post right there. This is one of the 4 footballs you will find in the world to goal with. After making goals with all 4 balls, you will unlock another achievement. I believe the name is the same, back of the net. And you will find more pots to break here on this wall, on this boundary wall, to complete breaking 10 objects here for another achievement. Now this can, I picked it up so that I will recycle it later. And there are 100 objects you have to recycle for an achievement. But anyway, you will find your first duck here. There are total 4 rubber ducks in this world. I am going to leave this right here and I will come back later when we actually need it. Also, recycling gives you shinies. That is the currency for this game to buy hats. There are total 42 hats. So carry on through crawling to the other side. This is the only way forward for now at least. And you will find a crow here again. And he will explain many things here. About shinies, about how to make your way back to your home, and how to get stamina to actually climb higher. Alright, we will need to bring 25 shinies here for a fish. That will increase some stamina for us to start climbing the vines. And now you are truly open in this world to do whatever you want. By the way, from where we are coming and where we found this crow, I will call this area the starting area. Because we don't actually have names for the locations in this world. So I'm just calling them as I like so that you guys will have a reference point while following this walkthrough. So this is a Pokeball type thing. I don't know what to actually call it. A gacha ball type thing, I don't know. So you cannot interact it right now. This actually contains one of the hat. But to open the hat mechanics, we have to talk with the crow again. At any of the hat vending machine, he will explain about the hats later. So carry on straight on this road while collecting the shinies or anything you find. So you will find the cat sitting here. I will call this area the vegetable shop for the reference. And you can actually talk to this guy. But for that, you have to actually drop the thing that you are holding with your mouth. Otherwise, you won't be able to open your mouth, of course. So yeah, if you want to talk to him, he will give you a quest. But I will do it later. For now, just carry on forward. And at the end, on your right, you will find a door and your first dumpster. You need to do 10 dumpster diving in this game for an achievement. I believe the game has more than 10 dumpsters scattered around the world, so you don't need to actually worry about that. This is a napping spot. There are total 7 napping spots, and napping on all these 7 spots will net you another achievement, of course. And again, to interact with anything, you actually need to drop the item you are holding. Yeah, there you go. And this is our first napping spot done. Cats love to nap. Okay, napping is done. Just jump on these crates. And here we are going to meet another animal that is called chameleon. And talking to him also starts a quest line, in which you have to find this lizard, this chameleon, at many other spots throughout the world. So basically you guys are playing hide and seek. And for that you will get a hat as a reward. The same hat that he is wearing. And I quite happen to like that hat. By the way, if you want to, you can always skip the dialogues anytime you want by pressing the A button. If you are not a fan of dialogues in the game, or you just want to complete this game and get all the achievements faster. Now jump down from here and you will see a recycle bin. There are many recycle bins scattered throughout the world where you can recycle these cans to get the shinies, and you have to recycle 100 of them for achievement. Now that we have humans here, I believe there are 4 or 5 different achievements where you need to interact with humans in a different way. One of them is called surprise, where you need to knock a human by jumping over them. And that is what I'm trying to do, but you cannot jump on human or stumble them from behind. You need to do it from forward only. By the way, you run by holding the right bumper on the controller and the shift button on PC. Ah, there you go. A surprise achievement unlocked. Now there are still about 4 or 5 achievements where you need to interact with humans. So one of them is called Trip Hazard, where you have to stumble 20 humans. And I'm going to recycle these cans here and also work on those human interaction achievements while they pass me by. You can get more of these cans by directly sprinting into one of these vending machines. And there is of course another achievement for that. So you need to be petted 10 times from humans. To actually get petted, you need to press Y buttons to meow at the humans, and if they have heart emojis coming out of them, they will come to you, they will run to you to pet you. And believe me, this achievement took a long time here. It's not a normal occurrence to be petted by these strangers. And there's also another achievement for stumbling 20 humans. To stumble them, you can either directly run into them or simply press right or left trigger. And these humans with the mobile in their hand who are passing by, you need to take a chance by meowing at them so that they will take a photo of you, of how cute you are. You need to be photographed total 20 times, and the achievement is called Local Celebrity. By the way, if you want to complete the achievement for recycling all 100 objects right here, all you need to do is quit to the main menu and reload the game. After reloading the game, you will find that all the vending machines are restocked and all the breakable objects are whole again. So you can break those again. So this works for these two different achievements. And I think it's better to complete recycling 100 objects right here by reloading the game. And because you need to do all the 100 recycling items anyway, so might as well do it here. That way one of the achievements will complete and one of the weight of your shoulder will get lifted. I did not do it here at this moment, but I definitely returned here at this spot to complete this achievement later in the game. So continue recycling these cans and take your chances by meowing at the complete stranger humans walking by. If they are not petting you or not clicking your photo, then you can rightfully stumble them. At least one of your achievement meter will go up. When you are done here, go to your left side. You will find another one of those soccer ball or football. Now there's another achievement where a human will kick the ball back to you. So try to kick the ball towards a human, and if there's any good soul, he will kick the ball back to you. And try not to kick the ball directly towards the water because you cannot go into the water. You will see in a minute. I had a problem here. And in the meantime, always try to get photographed, try to get petted, and if they are not cooperative, always temple them. And there you go. This was a good soul. To me, to you. The achievement unlocked. This guy took the photograph, but as you can see, the ball is in the water now.
Oh.
You need to take this ball to your right side. In the parking spot, you will find another net to make a goal. That would be 2 out of 4. As you can see, I have the ball in the water again, and this is a problem. But thankfully this human will solve my problem here, and I will thank his beautiful soul for that. And now carefully dribble the ball into the post to make a goal. On the entrance of this parking spot, you will find an orange cat. Talk to it to learn how to catch a bird. Don't worry, our cat will catch and release those birds. And of course, there's another achievement for catching and releasing 20 birds. And I'm going to complete this achievement here after I recycle these cans into this recycle bin for more shinies. There's another achievement related to birds where you have to catch a bird mid-air. Now I tried catching the birds mid-air while waiting patiently, but I found another way to complete that achievement. You will see in a minute. But first let's talk to this cat. By catching and releasing these birds, you will get feathers. These feathers will be needed for opening the portals, the fast travel point, later in the game. There are total 8 portals in the game. So at this spot, I'm just going to complete the achievement for catching and releasing 20 birds and gathering these 20 feathers while trying to get the attention of passing by humans, or getting petted, or getting photographed, or to stumble them. So yeah, I thought about it, and to catch a bird in flight, I simply put the bread here, and now I can see the bird that is actually coming down to eat the bread from top of this car. And the first try didn't open, so I did the second try, of course. We are getting the 20 birds anyway. And the second try was successful. The achievement unlocked. By the way, just now I found that it was actually easy to do on the ground also. All you need to do is look at the shadow of the bird coming down after you put a donut or a bread on the ground to lure the bird. So look at the shadow, it will get bigger, and time your pounds to catch the bird in flight, in air. And by shadow I mean you can actually pinpoint the jump location where the bird is going to land. And now it is only the matter of catching and releasing 20 birds. We don't need all the 20 feathers, but it's a byproduct of catching these 20 birds. So it's a win-win in any situation. And finally we stumbled total 20 humans to get the achievement here. And now we just need 3 more feathers for another achievement. So that for now we can move on from this area. We will return here for many other collectibles later, after we get some stamina. But after this bird botherer achievement, we will head back to talk with Crow, because we have all the 25 shinies we need for our first fish out of 4, so that we have more stamina and the ability to climb the vines. And while I'm on my way to talk to the crow, I want to say that I am very happy that many of you guys are finding my videos, my walkthroughs very helpful in getting the platinum, in getting the 1000 Gs and completing the game and many achievements. And most importantly, I want to say thank you to the people who have actually subscribed to the channel. I am sincerely thankful for those guys. I hope you guys will continue to find this channel more helpful in your pursuit to achievements, in your pursuit to completions. For those of you who are new to the channel, who haven't subscribed yet, please consider subscribing if you found this video or any other video on this channel helpful. Subscribing is completely free, and I will be very grateful for you guys to show the support in this manner. And we got our first fish. Munch it down for another achievement called snack time. Straight ahead you will find a duck that will give you a map and of course another quest line to complete. We have to find the 4 ducklings scattered throughout the world. And this is also the spot where we have to place 4 rubber ducks in the pond. If you do remember, we actually found 1 rubber duck at the very starting. And one of the rubber duck is right here. But I will complete it later in the game. For now, we get a map to really orient ourselves in this game. Yeah, on this map you can clearly see that all the 4 ducklings are clearly marked alongside the fish's location. But I will get to those later because these are kinda late game things. And you need to come back here to talk to the duck after collecting all these 4 ducklings. And these ducklings will follow you around everywhere until you complete the quest. That is why I will leave this quest for now till we get to the later stage of the game. And right now, the area that we are in, I will call it the park for the reference. You can see a small wide vending machine. That is the vending machine where you can actually buy the hat from the crow. Each vending machines have 4 hats and there are total 42 hats to collect in the game. Of course, there's an achievement for that also. And in these 42 hats, you can buy 20 of them. So basically there are 5 of these vending machines. 18 of these hats you will find in the world to collect, and the rest of the hats you will get as a reward for completing various quests. So this is another dumpster where I was very lucky to find a banana because there's an achievement to make a human slip on banana. So drop down this banana in the path of any human and he will simply slip to unlock this achievement. You can get the banana from these bins. I believe this is random, so you can get from any bins. Otherwise, if you go back to the vegetable store, you will find many bananas right beside the cat sitting there. So you can complete this achievement right there. Fruitfall. By the way, there's also an achievement to collect 200 shinies. So keep this in mind while traveling to the city. And now I will just continue to recycle these cans around this park area while trying to get the attention of these humans or to get photographed.
Hello. Yeah, in this alley behind this park, I finally talked to the crew about the hats in this vending machine. Now be sure to buy all 4 hats if you have the shinies for it. Otherwise later on you will have to find the right vending machine for the right hats. And shinies are only needed for these hats, so feel free to spend on these hats. After you are done with this vending machine, slide this flower pot aside to crawl through the crack in the wall to the other side, and you will find another hat. And don't forget to destroy the pots on top of the wall to continue the achievement. And we are back to the starting area. I am just exploring here. Actually, I wanted to go back for the rubber deck, but I changed my mind. I will do that later. And here is another hat that we found before but couldn't actually interact with it. So now is the time to collect it. After that, I'm going to the vegetable store to talk to the cat. This cat will give us the quest to push down 3 jars of jams. That is in this store only. And right beside this cat, you will find these bananas that I was talking about before. So if you haven't got the achievement yet, you can actually get here. And in the store, there's an open cardboard box just inside the store after where the bananas are. I totally missed this here and came back later. So if you want to, you can actually sleep right now in the card box. While I'm trying to make some distance between the shop owner and us, there is an achievement where you get caught and she will simply place you outside the store. While I did get this achievement right here, you can also get this achievement in the construction area where there's a construction worker who, if he actually catches you, places you outside the construction zone. And that will also unlock this achievement. But I'm getting it here so you guys can actually follow this. Yeah, it wasn't my intention to get caught, but I'm thankful that I did. Because of that, I got this achievement here. Alright, all jars are broken. Go back and talk to the cat. It will give you another remote as a reward. And seriously, I found that getting petted 10 times was the hardest achievement in this game. It is really not a normal occurrence, but it will happen, don't worry. Because as we all know, there are few humans who actually love the cats. And the next thing we are going to do is to talk to Tanuki. And by talking to him, we will actually open the portals and the fast travel in this map. And here I found my first cardboard box to sit in. And if you have not got the cardboard box from the vegetable shop, that means this is your first also. So talk to Tanuki, help him and open the portals. And as I said before, there's an achievement for everything. So of course, opening all 8 portals will give you another achievement. Tanuki is also one of the 15 animals that you have to talk for another achievement. Now that I am on the other side of these fences after using this portal, I am going for another achievement called Industrial Artist. For that, you have to actually leave your paw marks in the wet concrete. You will find the wet concrete just inside this construction area. This is also the same area that I was talking about before. There's a construction worker here. If he catches you, he will just place you outside of this construction zone. You can come inside anytime if you want. And that will also unlock the same achievement if you haven't unlocked it at the vegetable store. Now we have to go on top of these platforms to meet another animal, a beetle this time. By talking to this beetle, you will get another quest to fetch a mobile phone for this beetle. After talking to this beetle, go back outside and stumble any human being walking with the mobile phone. And as soon as the mobile phone drops, pick it up and crawl through the wall to give the same mobile phone to this beetle to complete the quest. After completing this quest, you will unlock another achievement for getting a camera. And of course, like everything else, there's another achievement to capture 20 photos with the photo mode. To open the photo mode, press down on the D-pad with the controller, and on PC, I believe it's the P button. So spam the button 20 times to capture the photos or the achievement Papa Cat see. And now that we are done, we need another mobile phone here. For another achievement, of course. So go back outside, stumble any other human being with mobile phone, and crawl back here with the mobile phone. This time we are going to the other side of this construction zone. There's a crack in the wall to crawl through where you will find a bone lying around. So simply drop down your phone, pick up the bone and climb on these vines with the bone. Because there's a dog here and you want to throw the bone into the plate of the dog. There are total 3 dogs with these plates where you have to drop bones. And of course there's an achievement for that. After these dogs get their bones, they won't bark at you anymore. So now you can travel through here freely. And as you can see past this dog, there's an porta potty. And that is why we have brought this cell phone here. Because there's an achievement to drop the cell phone inside the porta potty. Because there's an achievement to drop a cell phone inside a porta potty. And you will find the chameleon here also. So many things are being done at one spot. After this, as you can see, there's another hat here and there's another dumpster here to dive into. Now use this stair to go upside and you will find a bird nest here to destroy. There are total 10 bird nests to destroy in this game, and of course there's an achievement for that, so you don't want to miss it. And after you destroy this bird nest, you can see another shining Pokeball thingy with a hat. So jump from the balcony to get another hat. Now that we are done with construction area, we are back into the exploration mode. In this parking spot, there's another bird nest that we are going to destroy now. I am trying here to climb the vines, but of course I need more stamina. So yeah, we'll come back here later. And yeah, I missed this. Talking with this cat after completing the quest here. We need to talk with this cat again to get an emote. And now that we are here, we are going for another achievement called Killer Kitty. So after talking with this cat, go inside where you met the Tanuki. You will find a scissor there. Simply grab onto the scissor and run at any human for the achievement Killer Kitty. Any human that sees you with this scissor will give you an exclamation point and starts to run away from you. So as soon as you get the exclamation point for any human, you will get the achievement. And now I'm simply trying to make some progress with the achievements that needs us to interact with humans. And while doing this, I will head back to the park area where we'll get our next hat. There's another dumpster here to dive into. Of course, if you see any dumpster, simply dive into it because you need 10 dumpster for the achievement. And this is the arcade shop where you will find one of the ducklings here. And all of these ducklings will already be doing some stuff. So you need to actually free them from their exploits. But be mindful to talk to these ducklings beforehand, before you actually free them. Otherwise you will miss the dialogues, and these ducklings do count for the 15 animals for the achievement. I will collect this duckling later. For now, I'm just going to the park area after I recycle these cans. And this is the robot statue. Just behind this is a crack. Go into it and you will find a hat. Cactus hat. Now move outside again. And on your right side there's a slide. You will find the chameleon hiding right there. Talk to it to further the storyline. This chameleon will always give you the hint about the place where you can find it next. And there are still multiple things here to do. You can buy all the 4 hats here from the vending machine. You can open the portal by talking to Tanuki here. And there's also an achievement to drop paint on the fancy car. That I will do later. Alright, now the portal system is completely online and I have been teleported here. And the dialogue with this dog will automatically start. And this dog will give you a quest to find its 3 balls that is hidden just here on this yard only. By the way, this dog also counts in the 15 animals for the achievement. This area is actually very near to the starting area where the game started, just for the reference. You can complete this dog's quest right now. Completing this dog's quest will give you a hat, but I will come back here later. You can also find a bird's nest here, but again I will come back here later to complete this area. And yeah, this dog's house is one of the napping spots. So now I have 2 of the total 7 nap spots. And since I am here, might as well drop some pots here to increase the number of destroyed objects for the achievement. And time to head back to the park. Yeah, climb onto this vending machine and you will see the chameleon hiding here. Talk to him to get the hint for the next spot. Now in this park you will find a bone and there's a dog just on the corner here. Drop the bone into its plate to open the path and increase the number 2 out of 3 for achievement. Now continue to recycle these scans for the shinies and continue to meow at these human beings. The area where we are at right now, I will call this area the river area, just for the reference. And yeah, you will find a hat here. Just beside this hat, you will also find a nap spot inside a shrine. I believe it is a shrine. So 3 out of 7 nap spots are done. In this river area, you will also find another one of those hat vending machine, and you will also find a fish here. Although you have to steal the fish from the fisherman. So when you can get the fish and run away, then munch on it for the extra stamina. talk to Tanuki here to open the portal to open the fast travel point. But this time you can actually select where to go. So don't go anywhere. Come back out of this same hole again. And now the dog is busy, you can use this dumpster to dive into it. Explore the area around, continue to meow at people, to get photographed, to get petted, and if you find any Tanuki portals, open them up for the fast travel point later. If you see on the map, you will find a duckling here. On this road, on the right hand side, there's a toy store. That is our next destination. Inside, we are going to do multiple things and at least open 2 achievements. So in this toy store, you will find a cat massaging a human being. This cat will give you a quest to find a yellow bird just outside on the main road. Get the quest from the cat and jump onto the table right next to it. You want to use your trigger buttons to push all the pieces down from the chess set. That will open up an achievement called Checkmate. Alright, for the next achievement, just climb onto the model of this city and destroy the buildings. That will open up another achievement called Big Kitty Little City. By the way, these buildings on this model actually counts towards the destroyed objects. So what I recommend here is to quit to the main menu and reload the game again. You will find all these buildings completely whole again. So of course, as a good kitty, you want to destroy it again. And these will give a nice boost to the overall number of destroyed objects for the achievement. In fact, I believe just after destroying 4 times, I got the number to 97, just shy by 3 for the achievement. And I decided to leave it at that for the time being. I will get the last 3 objects to destroy anywhere I want. So now that you are done destroying these buildings, climb up top to find the chameleon hiding right there. Talk to the chameleon to get the hint for its next hiding spot. After talking this chameleon, continue on this ledge only. You will find a napping spot where of course you want to take a short nap. And this is 4 by 7 of total napping spot. Now go out of this shop, cross the road, and on your right side, if you be a little patient, you will find a yellow bird. Pounce on this yellow bird to get some dialogues, and after that return to this same cat to complete this mission. Right outside of this shop, on your left side you will find a hat vending machine. So buy all 4 hats from this vending machine. And on your right side you will find a card box to get inside. I believe this is second of total 5 cardboard box that I found actually till now.
Shoot!
Alright, now we have the fight with the bird. Go back and talk to the cat again to complete the quest. And you will get another emote as a reward for your collection. Now that we are done with this toy store, we are back into the exploration mode again. Try to interact with the humans to get petted and to get photographed. If you go to the other end of this road, you will find another Tanuki portal just beside the grocery store. And yeah, there's another dumpster here. And yeah, I'm stuck here. So I need to reload the game to function as a cat again. Just beside this dumpster, there's a crawl space to crawl into it, and you will find another hat. There's also a bone for the dog, so pick it up. We are going to give this bone to our third dog and open up the achievement. There you go, all dogs are busy now with their bone. Now climb onto these crates to find a bird nest to destroy. And that is our third bird nest. You will also find an open window to jump into where there's another hat waiting for you. There's a small vent, go inside this vent and you will find yourself inside the grocery store, where of course there are multiple things to do. And one of the duckling is here. Also one of the fish is here. And we are going to do and collect everything here. go down and be sure to talk to the duckling before you actually free it, because these ducklings do actually count for all 15 animals and for the achievement. So if you miss these dialogues before you actually free them, before you actually rescue them, you won't get another chance to talk to them, at least in this playthrough. Alright, so to actually free this duckling, to actually rescue this duckling, you need to move the table fan so that its focus is directly on the duckling. But before that, there's a cardboard box. Go inside it to add the number. Now this is total 3 out of 5. And as you can see, there's a fish right there. But of course, to get this fish, you need to move the table fan to another lane. So we are going to move this table fan to the lane of the duckling. And now we have one duckling following us. And these ducklings will follow us until we get all 4 ducklings and complete the quest of duck. But right now the fish is the main priority. And the shop owner caught us. Well, this is another one of those places where you can get the achievement. I believe the name of that achievement was Stay Out. I could be wrong. But anyway, now that we are out, there's a vending machine for the hats. So buy all 4 hats, then go inside, because there's another napping spot inside this grocery store. And this time we are going to sleep just on top of the scanner. There you go, 5 out of 7 napping spots are done. There is one of the 4 rubber ducks right inside this grocery store, so we are going to pick it also. And now that I have this rubber duck in my mouth, I am going straight to the pond. And while I'm here, I'm going to open this Sanuki portal for the fast travel. Well, I did try to hand this duckling to the duck, but of course we cannot until all 4 ducklings are collected. So our next destination is very near. In fact, right next door, the arcade store that we actually saw before, there's a duckling waiting for us to rescue it. I've already talked to this duckling before, but make sure to talk with this duckling before you actually rescue it. Then make your way on top of these boxes where you will find a lever to pull. That will spray the water on the electrical supply to create a short circuit and in turn switch on the screen for the duckling to be free. And now you have 2 ducklings to follow you around. Next, go outside of this arcade shop, and right in front of you, you will find a crawl space with the Pokemon ball and a hat inside. Man, this game's map is quite small, but the exploration quality is really great. There are so many things to find, so many things to collect, and every nook and cranny has something for you. Alright, make your way back to the small alley right beside the park area. We were actually there before. There's a crawl space that we have to go inside again, but this time we have more stamina. But before that, of course, make sure to collect the cardboard box in the vegetable shop, and that will make 4 out of 5 cardboard boxes. Only 1 box is remaining for the achievement. Again, I'm just exploring here and I will get what I can, but right now the aim is to open the portals, the Tanuki portals, for the fast travel and for the achievement, of course, by opening all 8 portals. Okay, I don't know why, but this achievement to break 100 objects decided to unlock right here. I believe this is delayed. We already crossed 100 objects before this. And we are back here again in this alleyway. Finally, I decided to purchase all of the hats here from this vending machine. Previously, I only bought one. Ah, finally, this achievement. Believe me, this took so much time. But finally, I am done getting parrot 10 times. And yeah, another achievement done. Finally got photographed 20 times. So currently I'm just exploring the area completely free. And while exploring, I will end up near the vegetable shop where I will find another hat. Now, if you ask me, I could have done this walkthrough a little bit better, a little bit to the point. But I really like the exploration part in this game. So I am really making this with love. But maybe I should have shown some professionalism with the game. Anyway, I hope you like this game as much as I did. And right near this vegetable shop, this is my last Tanuki portal that will open up the achievement, World Traveler. And I am going back into the exploration mode. But believe me, what I'm searching for here is a donut. That we will need for our next step. You will see what I mean when we actually reach there. So we are back here at these vines, just beside the duck area. I did use some time to actually get this donut, but believe me, we do not need this donut right now. Before getting this donut, we have to actually climb this area one time to talk with the cat napping at the top at a napping spot. And that cat will actually need a donut. And here is the next bird nest to destroy, my fourth one. So just continue to climb and talk to the cat on top of this roof. So yeah, I dropped this donut right here, but believe me, that was a mistake, because after talking with this cat, my donut will disappear and I will need to go back down and get a new donut. As you can see, my donut has disappeared and I need another donut. So I am going for another human being with a donut.
Bye.
Alright, now that we have got the donut, we are going back to the top to serve the cat with this donut so that we can actually get the napping spot for ourselves. Place the donut on the bowl and ring this bell to complete this quest. Alright, the nap time is done. Now I'm trying here to get on top of this small roof. But don't try this because I will fall down from here. And you don't want to actually fall down from here because we need to move forward on the adjacent building roof. But the good thing is, now that we are down, we can actually use this time to dribble this football into the goal post to make our third goal out of 4. And now we are going to make our way back to the top of this roof so that we can move forward. On the adjacent building, there's a balcony where you will find the last fish and the chameleon. We need to move this gardener away from the window so that we can actually get the open road for the fish. But before that, climb onto this vine and on the other side you will find the chameleon. Complete the dialogues to get the hint of its next hiding spot. After the chameleon is gone, you want to switch off the water supply so that the gardener will come here to reopen the water supply. And that is your movement to get inside the window for the last fish. And eating this last fish will also open the achievement for eating all the yummy fish. Now that we are done with this balcony, simply drop down. Don't wait like me, I am just orienting myself to decide where to go next. And while I try to figure it out, I'm just going to recycle some more cans for the shinies. So after this, I'm going to the bigger road, the main road, where the toy store was, to find the next chameleon hiding spot. Alright, so 200 shinies are complete, the achievement unlocked. So we are going to make our way through this ledge for the next hiding spot of chameleon. And in this area we'll actually complete 3 more achievements. One for the dumpster dive, and one for the cardboard boxes, and one for making all the 4 goals. Alright, now that I have all 3 achievements here, the next destination is back to the river area. That is also the next hiding spot of the chameleon. So we are going to talk to him there. But first thing, I'm going to buy all the hats here from this vending machine. And there's also an extra hat, a collectible hat, on the other end of this river area. Only one last hiding spot of this chameleon is remaining for the quest completion and for the hat. And dive into the dumpster, and after that we are going to get the hat beyond this fence. Only thing is, I just have to realize that there is a gap. Yeah, I will realize that and I will reach there. So you will get fish hat right here. And we are back to the spot where we first met the chameleon. And this time we are going to climb up to get a bird nest to destroy. This will be 5 out of 10 bird destroyed. I'm just trying to get the recycle number up. We still need to reach the total of 100 recycle objects. And you know what? I'm just going to quit and reload here to restock these vending machine to get the recycle numbers to all 100. And for the associated achievement, of course. And there you go, little picker. All 100 objects are recycled. We are free of this laborious task. And for the next thing, I'm going to teleport to the park area where I will get another bird nest to destroy, and I will finally do the task of dropping the paint on the car for the achievement. So 6 out of 10 bird nests are destroyed. Now to drop the paint on this fancy car. This red car. And somehow I totally missed the paint buckets to drop on the car. So I had to get a little creative here. So what I did is to walk over the paint that is dropped on the road to wet our kitty's paw and then walk onto the car. And you know what? Achievement opened. A roundabout way, but I really felt good. And now for the next thing, if you do remember the rubber duck at the very starting of the game, that is where I'm going to pick up the rubber duck. And in our journey to the pond, I will get some more hats. So here you will get the eggplant hat, and right here at this spot you will also find a kitty. Now this kitty do not actually count for the 15 animals, but it will give you a emote just for interacting with it. From here on out, it's simply just collecting the collectibles and completing the remaining quest. Because we already ate all 4 fishes for stamina, so we already have everything to make the climb for our home. But of course, I'm going for the achievement for all achievements, so I am going to do everything in this game. And I really completed this game slowly. I am pretty sure it can be done really fast. But if you are playing this game, I will really recommend to just go in, explore this game. Because exploration is the main attraction here with this game. And I highly recommend it to go into it without any guide. I know. Little late for that, but still. Now I'm trying to climb this vine here, but I stopped myself and I'll come back here a little bit later. For now I'm going to meet the chameleon for its last hiding spot and for the hat as a reward for its questline. You will find the chameleon in the bathroom of the grocery store, where I actually found one of the hats previously. And there you go, top hat. I really like this hat in this game. Its size really just fits, you know. Looks good, feels good, everything. Now I'm just going to collect the remaining 2 ducklings. But first teleport to the river area and go to the place where we first met the chameleon. There are some vines there and we are going to climb that for another hat. After this, I'm just going to climb another vine. Just near the vegetable shop, there's a small alley. Not really an alley, but just an open space in the wall. And you will find a window there to go inside the laundry area, where you will find another duckling and another nap spot. But make sure to talk to the duckling before you actually rescue it. Otherwise, again, you will miss a dialogue and you will miss the achievement for talking to all 15 animals. And this is the last 7th spot for the cat napper achievement. Well, I'm going to make my way to the last duckling through the vines in the parking spot where I spent all the time to catch 20 birds, if you remember. I'm going through there because there's a multiple thing there, including a hat and a bird nest to destroy. And only after that I will talk to the duckling. So we are going to traverse some rooftops. And I'm just reminding you here to make sure to talk to the duckling before you actually rescue it. And as soon as you talk to this last duckling, the achievement will unlock for talking to all 15 animals in this game. Alright, now that I have all 4 ducklings and all achievements here, it's time to move on from here. And I am going to teleport to complete the dog's quest to find its 3 balls. And we will find another bird's nest to destroy in this place. We are quite near to the ending right now, so it's only time to complete everything. And by completing this quest, we will get another hat. And if you are done with this quest, go outside and you will find another vine that leads to another rooftop. Climb it and follow it all the way to the top to get another hat. This is where you will find crab hat. And before I hand over these ducklings to the duck, I am going for another hat collection. I am going to make my way to the area where we gave 25 shinies to the crow for our first fish, if you remember. Because there's a hat waiting for us at the top of a vehicle. I'm still in the same area just near the portal. Got a little disoriented with the map, so I had to make this cut. But it is almost the same exact place. And after all this, I'm finally going to say goodbye to these ducklings. So directly teleport to the duck area, to talk to it and hand over these ducklings. And for our effort, we will get another hat. But there's no achievement for that. Just another quest completion. Now I'm going to buy all the hats in the park area. I believe I left that vending machine very intact. Then I will be back here in this pond area, in this duck area, to make another climb from the back of the pickup truck standing right next to this area. I believe I have been here, but I didn't go all the way up. While traversing this area, we will get 2 hats, 1 bird nest, and another conversation with Beetle. The same Beetle that gave us a photo mode before. So before I make the final climb for this kitty's home, I'm just making sure to complete everything, so that we don't have to actually play the game after the ending. Man, I really love to finish everything with the ending, you know, all achievements, all collectibles just before the ending. I really don't like to play the game after completing the story. It just feels good, you know, that climax is what it means. The very climax, the ending of everything. You have unlocked everything, you have achieved everything, and you have seen everything that the game has to offer. It used to be the norm, but nowadays, not anymore.
And after the completion of this conversation, go right ahead, you will find a rubber deck. And just after that rubber deck, you will find the second last hat of this game. I believe the hat's name is Sunflower Hat. Now all that remains is to drop this rubber duck into the pond for the achievement and to make the climb for our home. We will get the last bird's nest while making the climb back home. This is a long climb and we will get to meet many animals again in this journey, in this climb. And as soon as we reach our window, the story will end and the cutscene will play and we will get all 3 remaining achievements. One for the hat, one for all quests and one for reaching back home.
you And now that I'm very near taking the last few steps to reach our home, I just want to say thank you guys for all the support. I know this video is kinda long and it was kind of mixer of playthrough and walkthrough, but still, I made this with love. I really enjoyed the game. I really enjoyed the exploration. I will make the timestamp for you guys to be able to reach any certain location in this game. So I'm going to ask you guys again to please subscribe to the channel if you find this video or any other video in this channel helpful. And please reach out to me in the comment section. It is always lovely to hear from you guys. So thank you very much for watching. Take care of yourselves and I will see you in next game in next video.